Okay, Nick Williams, and it is a Monday morning, and I made a video Friday that just I missed the mark. And when I say missed the mark, I failed to, I discussed a problem and not a solution. And the problem was that in discussing that agents fail, well, I can't talk about agents fail without providing a more methodical solution to the problem than I did. So this video goes into that, and I'm going to give you like 4 or 5 steps here. Actually, I have five. Let's see. First of all, if you're failing, you have to acknowledge that you have problems. Self-awareness is the key to success. Is one key to success. Excuse me. Is one key to success. Uh, then when you identify, okay, and here's how you know if you have problems, you are not succeeding. You have problems. And I'll go to the last item on my list. And again, the order doesn't matter. Don't blame anybody else. Do not blame anybody else. Accept that you're the fault. Unquestionably, it's your fault. It's not the FMO's fault. It's not somebody else's fault that didn't do this for you or the lead's fault. It's your fault. That's it. That's the end of the story. Accept that. Show up every day and outwork your issues. That's critical. When I came in this business, I did not have what it takes to really succeed. I was very ignorant to business. I didn't have the communication skills at all necessary to be successful. I, I had definitely, I felt out of place. I would put, I'm from Baltimore. As I was coming up in this business, and this goes back almost 30 years, August will be 30 years for me in this business, in sales, insurance, and related businesses. But you wore a suit. That's all there was to it. Shirt and tie, a jacket, at least, mix and match combination. We carried briefcases. We did, real briefcases. So I was not the proper material to be successful. But I worked hard. I outworked everybody in my office by far, and I was the most successful agent in that office because I was just on fire. I'm on fire right now. I needed to be successful, and I was. Within 12 months, I was in Hawaii on a company trip, up in a paraglider type thing or something, and looking down at a whale swimming through the ocean. So you've got to keep moving forward, and that acknowledge the issues. That's a one-time thing. You might want to revisit that from time to time. That's not your mantra. Your mantra is that you get up, you go to work, and you push forward. Get up, go to work, push forward. Educate yourself, always improving, pushing forward. Outwork your issues. Let's see. I was brought up to work hard, and there was only one time that I recall. Once I got going when I was like 25 years old, once I got going, that I had fear. And I'll tell you something, I believe I stated this in a video before. There's the little old lady in Washington, D.C. I was selling insurance to her one day, and she could tell that I was a rookie and that I wasn't confident. And she just looked at me without me asking her a question, really. She just said, "Faith and fear don't live in the same house. You remember that, young man." She cared about me and she wanted to teach me, tell me something of significance, and she did. I carried that with me to this day. It is a mantra in my life. I have no fear. there was one time though, and goes back over 2 years ago to 3 years ago, and I was just down. And I'm sharing this with you because I know a lot of you are down. I know it. I talk to people every day. It's no secret. People are walking around lost. So I was just not working. I was actually paralyzed at one time. I was not living right. And I'm saying paralyzed. This is like 3 years ago. And that was a physical thing, but I had mental things too. No, I did. I was my own worst enemy. And what happened was I put myself through all this strife that I was creating myself. I created it all myself. I didn't have that get up and go anymore. And and it lasted about a year, but I saw a way out, but I was actually worried. I had fear that I wasn't going to be successful. It's the only time in my adult life that I had fear that I wasn't going to be successful. And it was about the worst place that I can ever remember being in my life. I've been in some really bad places, but that was just horrendous. I was fearful. And I got but I saw this marketing thing, what I do right now, this Medicare Millionaire thing. I envisioned it. I actually had bought the name Medicare Millionaire, and I knew that I was going to produce something in this genre of internet marketing, social media marketing, online marketing, creating inbound activity. And I played with it for about a year. On July 7th of 2016, my father died. And I just realized that I'll say the code in my family is that you work hard. We have a strong work ethic. And at that point, I realized that, and and my father, the good thing is that he knew that I was okay when he passed, and that was a big deal. You know, we had a lot of conversations. We had a great relationship, and he was comfortable with everything. But I knew that I wasn't honoring that hardworking man. And when he passed away, I knew that I had to do something and do it now. He died on July 7th, 2016. I'm sorry, 20. Oh my goodness, 2017. I and I put out the first video with Medicare Millionaire in August 2nd of 2017. So he passed away, and I just said, I got to just do this. I wasn't prepared or anything, but I knew that I had to turn the next page in my life, and I had to move on to the next thing. It was just time. You know, I had decades in doing what I was doing. It was time to do something else. And I just started putting out videos. And within 15 minutes of putting out my first video, which was horrendous, I had responses from people like, "You're stupid, get off the internet." That's all I had. But I just kept pushing forward. And you know what? I put up videos out every single day, day in, day out. I never told anybody for 6 months at least. I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And I was getting my fire back, and it happened. It happened for me. I kept pushing forward. I I I, I didn't dwell on the problem at all. I kept pushing forward, and now this Medicare Millionaire thing is my business. Within 10 months, we had monetized this, which was well before we thought we would do so. Within 10 months, we had monetized this, and we're just as by any measure of my expectations, we were wildly successful. We could basically plug products in, turn on the switch, and we could make money, and that was just incredible. But I worked, I pushed every single day. I was changing my life to build into this, and that's what you have to do. I did not dwell on the negatives. I laughed at the negatives. I pushed forward every day. I pushed forward. I showed up to work every single day. That's what I did. Nothing else took precedence over my work. So I start making those videos again, all the way up to this moment. I've had some lapses where I didn't keep it up every day, and maybe had a couple of weeks where I just wasn't in the game, as I was doing a lot of things and I didn't put out the videos in the manner which I really, this business really mandates of me. But let's see. I'm going to move on to number 4. And that's turn off the television, tone down the sports and this stuff that you do that I've done. Nothing else matters. It's, if you're spending more time in the evenings with fantasy football and you don't have a career that is just wildly successful, well, that's kind of stupid. It's like you need to get your house in order and you need to be successful, and then you can do these other things. And there's nothing the matter with these things, but you've got to be successful first. That's it. And there's no gray area there. There is no gray area. Turn off the damn television. Turn off these other things. You be the main focus of your life, your success, your business. Who cares about this other stuff? Care about yourself. Be the example for your family. Be the example. Have pride and grow and become stronger. Build your business. So let me go back through these. And these aren't the only things that somebody does to be successful, but if you do this, you will be successful. Again, I was just a dumb kid. So I'm just a big kid now. I won't say dumb, but I have lived this. Acknowledge your issues. Show up to work every day. Outwork your issues. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Show up to work. Keep moving forward. Show up to work. Keep moving forward. Turn off that damn television. Turn off the dope. The dope. Back in the Roman era, when they had the Roman Colosseum and everything, that was built just to pacify the masses. And if you read history, you'll see this. The gladiators and all that stuff, the Roman Colosseum, that was all built, and it was taken to levels that were incredible. And the more unrest in the cities that they had, the greater the games got, and the more dangerous and perilous and astounding that they got. And that's just part of history. That's what's happening now. Get off of the dope, the television dope. Hey, your team wins, great, and celebrate for a day or whatever, but get back to work. Don't spend the next 10 days. I'm a big sports fan, but you know what? I've gotten to the point now where I don't care what's happening in the games every single day. I'm not going to talk to all my friends about the games all day. Hey, buddy, what about this or what about that? You know what? I got a business. I'm going to talk to business people. Hey, buddy, what about this business move? And what about that option? What about building this? No blame. No blame. Don't blame anybody but yourself. That's it. That's it. So I'm going to run through them real fast. Do this and you'll become successful. Acknowledge your issues. Acknowledge your issues. Show up every day. Keep moving forward, pushing forward, educating yourself, getting better, getting stronger, honing your craft, becoming more confident. You'll be a machine. You'll go out there and you will control the situation, any situation that you're in. If I were to meet with the CEO of IBM or whatever, I'm perfectly comfortable in that situation. Years ago, I would have been scared in that situation. I was scared to put the suit on when I was like, whoa, I feel out of place. I have a shirt and tie because I grew up. I didn't have any of that. Now I can do anything I want, and I'm on equal level with everybody and anybody. Turn off the television, tone down the sports, and don't blame anybody. I hope that helps.